I'm Sham, and I'm the Chief Information Security Officer here. It's a pleasure to present to you our 3-year cybersecurity strategy. Our goal is to establish leadership in the privileged access management market, as well as address evolving cyber threats. Agenda. We'll be covering executive summary, risk assessment, regulatory compliance and governance, collaborations with Amazon Web Servers and CrowdStrike, strategic initiatives roadmap, metrics and key performance indicators, strategic partnerships, and third-party risk management, as well as a zero-day exploit. Executive summary. For strengths, we have our leadership in privileged access management, high renewal rates, and strong company culture. For challenges, we have artificial intelligence advancements and cloud computing. Our objectives include strengthening security posture, maintaining compliance with regulations, integrating with artificial intelligence and cloud environment, and expand partnerships. For our strategic objectives, we want to maintain competitive differentiation to ensure continued leadership in privileged access management, reinforce readiness to defend and respond to cyber threats within the cloud environment, ensure compliance with evolving regulatory frameworks, prioritize data protection and risk mitigation to foster customer loyalty and trust, ensure that vendors and partners have robust security measures, including policies, procedures, and security controls. Risk assessment. We have a couple of identified risks, which are artificial intelligence and cloud computing, providing an easier avenue for attackers. We also have third-party software in compliance with Federal Information Processing Standards 140-2, which pretty much states that there are certain security measures that need to be put in place in order to protect sensitive data. We also have single point of failure. With these identified risks comes financial impacts, which are regulatory fines, reputational damages, data breach costs, as well as operational issues. For our 3-year plan breakdown, for year 1, we have strengthening core security posture, year 2, regulatory compliance, advanced threat mitigation, and year 3, competitive differentiation through innovation and strategic partnership. Now I will give it over to Hector, the VP of Threat Intelligence and Cloud Security Risk.
Thank you, Sham. So with the growth of AI comes the growth of AI-related cyber attacks, such as AI phishing, AI ransomware, automated exploitation, and AI malware attacks. The risk assessment associated with AI attacks are 1, they are very dynamic, and 2, they are much harder to detect. So potential impacts of this are downtime, data loss, as well as deleted and altered information. And ways we can mitigate this are implementing AI detection tools, AI-focused security audits, and honeypots to lure attackers in to see what they want and see ways we can mitigate it for future problems. Next, we'll be looking at cloud infrastructure risk. As you know, data is our biggest asset, so it is important for us to protect it from cyber attacks. Some potential impacts include service disruptions, large-scale data breaches, financial impacts, as well as data loss and theft. Ways we can mitigate this include integrating privileged access management on cloud platforms, basically stating that only those that should have access to cloud should have access, no more, no less, as well as enforcing secure application programming interface access and encrypting data at rest. Next, we'll be looking at the risk assessment of compliance and third-party vendors. It is important for CyberArk to adhere to regulatory requirements, specifically general data protection regulation laws and payment card industry data security standards to mitigate legal penalties. It's also important for CyberArk to assess compliant posture. That means create and maintain compliance teams, as well as employee training and awareness programs, and maintain and perform security incident and responses to see what would happen in real life cybersecurity attacks. For third-party vendors, it is important for us to limit the access that they have. This could lead to potential data theft, and they may not adhere to regulatory requirements that I stated previously. Next, we'll be talking about the single point of failure in network infrastructure, data security, and software application. That means a single point of failure in one of these 3 things could cause major problems for CyberArk. So for network infrastructure, it is important for us to implement multiple firewalls as well as intrusion detection systems and intrusion prevention systems to stop cyber attacks, as well as implementing multi-factor authentication, basically stating that when somebody is signing on to something, it double checks that they are the person they say they are. For data security, it is important for us to encrypt data at rest, as well as implement data security teams to handle software and data security, as well as implementing transport layer security for data in transit. For software application, it is always important for us to update software and have third-party testing for single point of failure and installing application firewalls. Thank you, and I will now give it to the VP, Mary of Security Engineering and Regulation Affairs.
Thank you, Hector. In year 1, we want to focus on strengthening our core security posture. We would have cybersecurity awareness training, which will allow us to reduce human error and improve our employees' ability to spot potential cyber threats. We also want to focus on threat detection and response by using AI to enhance our threat monitoring and ensure that our AI systems are continuously learning to put us ahead of emerging cyber threats. We also want to focus on cloud security expansion by providing cloud-based PAM solutions to our clients to meet their needs in the cloud. The expected outcome for year one is to reduce human error and security incidents, to utilize AI to enhance threat detection and response, and to increase client confidence in hybrid IT environment through cloud security expansion. In year two, we want to focus on regulatory compliance and advanced threat mitigation. We want to have a regulatory compliance framework by ensuring that CyberArk systems are up to date and adhere to industry standards. And we want to also have zero trust architecture by transitioning to a zero trust security model. This will allow us to continuously monitor activities and quickly respond to suspicious activities. We also want to focus on vendor risk management. We will identify potential risk from our vendors and implement strategies like regular audits to reduce or eliminate the risk that we identify. The expected outcome for year two would be to have 100% compliance with global standards across the organization, global standards such as General Data Protection Regulation or California Consumer Privacy Act. We also want to reduce vendor-related security incidents and improve our overall system security, strengthening CyberArk's security position. I will now give it up to Tenzin, VP of Cybersecurity Strategy and Business Intelligence.
Thank you, Mary. We'll now look at year three of our strategic initiatives roadmap, focusing on competitive differentiation and strategic partnerships. In year three, our focus is on reinforcing CyberArk's position in the market through advancing AI capabilities, stronger industry partnerships, and better compliance tools. We'll expand on our current use of AI and machine learning to better detect and respond to threats and privileged accounts faster and more accurately. We're also building on existing partnerships with Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, as well as cybersecurity firms like SentinelOne and Wiz to boost integration across cloud and endpoint environments. With over 1,300 global partners, including Accenture and Deloitte, we have a strong foundation to scale our reach. On the compliance side, we'll use AI to automate monitoring, helping clients meet regulations like GDPR, General Data Protection Regulation, and HIPAA, Health Portability and Accountability Act, and continue delivering SOC 2 reports, system and organizational controls, to demonstrate our internal security strength. These initiatives will have three major outcomes. First, our AI features will help to differentiate CyberArk's products from the competition. Second, by deepening our industry partnerships, will increase our reach and integration across different clients and sectors. And finally, by improving our compliance automation, we'll make it easier for our customers to stay secure and audit ready without adding complexity. To measure our progress, we've outlined 5 key metrics. We'll track and aim to reduce security incidents each year using CyberArk's Threat Analytics dashboard. Customer retention will be monitored using usage data to identify engagement and satisfaction using Gainsight, a customer success platform that we have already implemented. We'll assess compliance audit results using CyberArk's platform's built-in reporting and policy tracking tools. Our vendor security posture will be evaluated through annual assessments, and we'll track employee training completion rates to ensure everyone is staying cyber aware. Here are the specific goals that we're aiming to hit over the next 3 years. A 20% annual reduction in security incidents, 100% success in compliance audits, maintaining a 95% or higher customer renewal rate, 100% of our vendors passing a yearly security audit assessments, and 100% of our employees completing a cybersecurity training. All of these will be tracked using CyberArk's current platform's features, including privileged session managers and our threat analytics tools, ensuring that we're able to follow through and stay accountable. Now I'll give it up to Joshua, the VP of Risk Management and Compliance Strategy.
Thank you, Tenzin. Now let's talk about where CyberArk stands today in terms of compliance with relevant cybersecurity regulations and standards. CyberArk currently complies with the General Data Protection Regulation when handling personal data of customers and partners based in the EU region. CyberArk also complies with the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act when functioning as a business associate to healthcare clients in the U.S. Lastly, CyberArk is subject to Sarbanes-Oxley with requirements of regulating financial disclosures. In addition, CyberArk also monitors and accounts regulation by using system and organizational control reports. The main SOC uses SOC 2 Type 2, which helps customers and auditors understand the measures CyberArk has put in place to facilitate security practices. CyberArk can use platforms such as RSA Archer that acts as a control tower for all compliance responsibilities and generate automated reports. Moving forward, we will now identify frameworks necessary for supervised cybersecurity operations. We are expected to increase privileged access management purchases to cloud-based clients. So Cloud Security Alliance and the Cloud Controls Matrix would be an effective framework to implement. It consists of suggested security measures for every individual involved in the cloud computing setting. We can also use extensible authentication protocol, which is a framework for secure authentication to networks. This can be paired with 802.1, a port-based control standard that allows only devices with permission to connect to a network, reducing insider threat and attack surfaces. Lastly, 27701 and 27702 by ISO and IEC are security standards and frameworks for implementing an information management security system, both for private and public sectors. Vendor risk assessment can be managed by the Identity and Access Management Framework. It specializes in managing identities in a system and controlling user access. The first step is identification, the act of a collaborator asserting their identity. Then comes authentication, which occurs when a vendor employee proves or claims an identity. After both steps are completed, authorization can begin, which gives a vendor access to a system's resource. Other approaches to mitigate risk from third parties can include a standardized information gathering questionnaire to background check a vendor. Also, terms and agreement contracts can be put in place, such as a non-disclosure, to protect confidential information between both parties. Here, we will highlight strategic partnerships that enhance cybersecurity capabilities. We can deepen our collaboration with Amazon Web Services using Secret Manager and Key Management Service that provide password cycling using AWS Lambda. They can store passwords, certificates, SSH keys, asymmetric private keys, and can create keys of their own. Another partnership that can aid our capabilities is CrowdStrike with endpoint detection and response. This goes hand in hand with CyberArk's current privileged threat analytics and can alert the occurrence of credential misuse, insider threats, and unsecured admin sessions before exposure to information. Now I will give it up to Latifa, the VP of Incident Response and Crisis Management.
Thank you, Joshua. I will be walking through how we reacted to the zero-day exploit and outlining our plan to build long-term resilience and client trust moving forward. Our immediate response followed a clear three-step process: containment, patching, and communication. First, we activated our incident response team to assess and contain the threat. All impacted PAM components were isolated to prevent lateral movement or further compromise. At the same time, our engineering team began to developing a secure patch. Before releasing it, we verified its integrity through red team simulations and third-party ethical hacker reviews to ensure that it was both effective and safe to deploy. Once ready, we rolled out the patch with clear, step-by-step guidance for clients. We also made the decision to privately notify clients early so they were aware of the risk and could take temporary precautions. To support them during this time, we provided free access to enhanced threat monitoring and data protection tools. Now, here's our long-term resilience plan. We will begin with the root cause analysis in a collaboration with our technical and risk teams to understand how this exploit occurred. Those insights will directly inform product updates and security architecture improvements. We are implementing ongoing incident readiness efforts. This includes regular tabletop exercises, phishing simulations, and updated escalation procedures across departments to strengthen internal response times. We also plan to invest in the intrusion prevention system specifically tailored to monitor privileged accounts for unauthorized activity or credential-based threats. In addition, we will deepen our partnership with SentinelOne to integrate identity-based protection with AI-driven threat detection and response. Well, finally, we'll keep our response playbooks evolving because every incident gives us a new insight and we will use that to stay prepared for whatever comes next. To close, our team has taken a swift, strategic action in the face of the zero-day threat. But more importantly, we've laid out a forward-looking roadmap that prioritizes resilience, transparency, and continuous improvement. This strategy ensures that CyberArk not only responds to threats, but continues to lead in privileged access security. Thank you for listening.